Hello and welcome to a Mad Larkin video. Today I'll be covering Mordian's video today that he released on the mech guard and how to build your list from 500 to 2,000 points. There was one key point that he made in that video where he lied. He deceived us. And that was with putting scouts in a transport. You cannot scout any transport forward, just as a friendly reminder. It's only dedicated transports. So you can't load a Valkyrie or Stormlord or Doomhammer with Catachins or Casterkin or anything like that that has scout and be able to scout those vehicles forward. But with dedicated transports such as the Chimera and the Tower Ox, which is what he was talking about, and that was what he was referencing, those are allowed to scout forward. But it is a key distinction, and I just don't want any confusion out there in the community about it. And along with that, I don't believe he covered which detachment he would put things into, but I would recommend combined arms to start your journey off. Because with combined arms, that gives you the lethal hits, that gives you, for vehicles, it's 4 vehicles and monsters, and for large squadron, gives you lethal hits against vehicles and monsters, and regiment gives you lethal hits versus anything except vehicles and monsters. So, with that knowledge, that's what I would apply that list to, especially for somebody starting out. Something else that he did bring up is he always puts las cannons on his sentinels, and he said plasma cannons would be a good shout. And I think especially in combined arms, plasma cannons on sentinels, either armored or scout, would be great because they have both the squadron and the regiment keyword. So then you're getting plasma rounds with high AP through, and you can always overcharge. And even in a squad of 2 sentinels, which is their max size now, they used to be 3, you can end up failing both, taking 2 hits from the mortals dealt from overheating, and your sentinel is still alive on 1 or 2 wounds, depending on which type it is. So, I mean, there's really not a downside to the plasma cannons as far as I can see. It's just easier to get the wounds through with the las cannon, which is a valid point, and this is one of those points of contention that people have. Do I go las cannon? Do I go plasma cannon? In combined arms, it's almost the same argument that he makes for the executioner being a tank commander. It's probably better to go with the plasma in combined arms because that allows you to get the lethal hits. And on average, you're getting 2 shots per sentinel. That's 4 shots per squad. So if you did load up, that could be another route to go if you didn't have the armor, you didn't have the tanks, but you really like the sentinels. That would be another really good way to go about it. And if you mix them, where you have some scout, some armored, the scouts will allow you to reroll 1s to hit, because that's their ability, and the armored will allow you to reroll against monsters and vehicles on the wound. So that will, they pair really well together. Other than that, this is my quick review of Mordian's video today. Everything else in that video was great. I like the list construction, and he brought us full circle back around to what he did a few weeks ago with his other 2 lists of fully mechanized. And I think that's a very valid play style. Another, you can go any number of ways with that. And then that army will fit into multiple detachments. But as a beginner, again, I say combined arms. I would recommend some sentinels, probably in the lower point levels, and then maybe even keeping some of them into the higher point levels as you build up from 500 to 2,000. Remember, scouts only works in dedicated transports for vehicles, not all transports. So again, the Valkyrie, the Stormlord, the Doomhammer, those won't be able to scout forward. Just the Chimeras and the Tower Oxes. And the Tower Ox Primes can only be used with Scions. So remember that as well. Don't think you can put Casterkin in Tower Ox Primes. As for that, this is my review of Mordian's video. Thank you guys for your time. And this is Mad Larkin signing off.